and welcome to week 5 with Celestine and her gut healing journey here at the farm. It's 5 weeks done out of 12, and today we will be deep diving into the detoxification process because, you just finished 4 weeks of quite deep detox. So we want to just give a whole episode just to the detox part because it's such a big aspect of what we do. So what do you, just share from your own words.
All right. So it's been 4 weeks of use fasting, except the last week when we took a deep dive and I drank first the master cleanse, then just water, and then I did a dry fast for the first time in my life. And it has been, there's been so many things happening over the last 4 weeks. And I think what I feel that I want to celebrate the most during these 4 weeks is going from I feel that I cannot feel my emotions, feeling completely blocked and shut down emotionally, and I couldn't find anything. It was just like, "Wee," and go from until like today, where there's like that emotional channel has been opened up, and I have gotten to know it in different ways, and now and my body has become used to the process of releasing emotions, and that I now on more or less a daily basis I have emotional releases, and that is that was one of my biggest wishes coming here, to get back into contact with my emotions, living from like that part of the rainbow with those pretty positive, colorful emotions, but like all of them, like all the emotions of the human experience and spectra, because I knew that they were stuck inside, and I also know how much this is causing unbalances in the body, which in turn causes disease, or in my case, intense stomach issues.
Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, it's such a great journey. It's been an amazing journey that you've been on, and being like on the sidelines witnessing your progress. So we will be deep diving a little bit deeper into the different aspects of the detox today, because mostly people think about the detox as a physical thing, like you stop eating and you have different certain detox symptoms and physical effects. Maybe we start there, but we will also go into the emotional part that you already touched upon, but there's also the spiritual part and the belief systems that gets brought up to the surface. So it's a full spectrum experience, really. So that's what we want to talk about today. So what about the physical? What have you noticed in the physical?
So I think we touched upon quite a lot last week as well, but initially going into the fast, the first 7 days was really like easy breezy for me. I was enjoying the juice. I was not feeling hungry. What I noticed, but what I did notice from the beginning is that I have a low blood pressure as it is, and starting the fast made my low blood pressure become even lower. So I really, I am this type of person. I do things quickly. I move quickly. I'm fast. It can just be like the little blip of a beginning of a thought, and my body is already moving. Like, and I need to get out of bed, and so it has been re-educative journey to like slow down
Yeah.
because I couldn't move as fast because I would get so dizzy, and there was no way to not understand the language of my body, right? So
Yeah.
slowing down was a big part of these 4 weeks as well, and also allowing myself during this period not to perform, because I have a lot of expectation on myself to keep up with my studies, read books, this and that, and just really surrender to my body and to my process, and knowing the more I can like let go and surrender right now in this very unique container that I'm in for 3 months, it will allow me to go deeper into my healing, which will serve me in the future. So yeah. And then as we progressed along, of course, it became, I had different cravings coming up, and food obsessions. And I started becoming really frustrated with the juice and projecting my emotions onto the juice, like blaming the juice basically. And had to go through that understanding that this was just a way for me to cope with what I was feeling. I was having difficult emotions and I was blaming the juice for it. And yeah, a classic one, because the food is such an essential part of a human life, you know. So when you take that away, it's like, it must be because of the juice that I'm feeling like this.
So what was it? If it wasn't the juice, what was it?
Um, it was just feelings.
Yeah.
But I have still have to wrap my head around it a bit, because now when I'm on fruit, I have a 4 weeks fruit detox in front of me. I'm basically feeling the same about the fruit. I'm like
Yeah.
frustrated about the fruit. I'm disappointed. I want this, you know. Haven't really gotten that part clear yet.
No, but what's happening is that with the physical aspect of the detox is that we have the ego, and it's like we have so much protection in and around feeling the emotions, and we bury that under the food and doing things and keeping ourselves occupied, and through belief systems and a bunch of other things. But when we start to go on a deep detox, we remove all these layers and we can go right into what is it that is not processed, what is it that is not communicated in the past, what is it that is not experienced. So all of these emotions and experiences are coming to the surface. And for you, it's been a lot with like people pleasing also, like not projecting anything on someone else. So it was very convenient for the body to project it on the juice, because it's not going to talk back, it's not going to feel sad, it's not going to create anything. And it was interesting when you realize that, you go like, ah, yes. And then we can also allow even more emotions to come to the surface. And you have all of these. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about this, the emotional, that you basically you're breaking through this layer that is, since you said it's one of the biggest things and biggest reasons why you are here, to access those emotions, and then they come up and you get to experience them. So that is also expressed through many different ways, and we are trained and programmed and brought up in certain ways with, this is okay, this is not okay, and then the body finds different ways of expressing that. And it's very clear how that has been expressed for you during this time. And it's also, yeah, it's not always the fun emotions, right? What you said, you wanted the
Nope.
full spectrum. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and getting used to that, accepting that the feeling, having a shitty day or feeling bad or having bad emotions, it's not something to be afraid about, because that's what I've had a lot of fears around feeling emotions and not knowing if I could handle it. because yeah, and I'm learning to that and building confidence, right?
Yeah.
Because I can handle it,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, and that's also what happens the deeper we go into the detox. It's not only clearing out the physical blockages, it's not only clearing out emotional energies, it's not only accessing the unprocessed stuff. It's also teaching us, because it's like a stress resilience. So if you the way that you deal with the emotions on this level, you will have such a different experience handling it, because with the detox, we are not on the detox forever. It's a period of time in our lives. It's a healing tool. It's not something that we use forever. It's temporary, right? So but it's a learning ground. It's a tool to access unprocessed things, but also retraining the body to, this is how we operate when we feel things. We process them, we share them, we approach people who we feel safe in and around, and we allow them to process. And when we are so deep in the detox, because we have no defenses up, then it's just readily accessible. And then when you go out in the world after you leave here, you will have such a different experience of how to deal with these things.
Yeah, I can really feel that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, an emotion, like if it has its natural free flowing process, it lasts for 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And just and knowing that, and that it's a cycle and it comes in waves, right? So and if we get stuck in them, like I've been very much afraid of, because that's my experience from the past, like I get stuck in an emotion and can't get out of it. I have also learned that this is directly connected to abdominal pains, is that being breaking the process of an emotion. And that's what I've been doing a lot. For example, a way that I do that is I start thinking about the future. I would start thinking about something positive waiting for me in the future, or something that makes me feel good. That's like, ooh, and life is not so bad because I have this beautiful thing coming. And then I don't allow the emotion to have its cycle. So it gets interrupted, and that causes abdominal pains.
Yeah. So last week we talked about the fact that you don't have much stomach pain at all. Is that still the case?
When I was in the deepest part of the fasting with only water and then dry fast, there was a lot of stomach pains. But I've also come to understand that that's the way that my body, when my body is releasing emotion, it goes to my stomach.
Yeah.
And then there they get processed. And so I was not as afraid of having those pains, because I cognitively understood that, oh, my body's processing, pains are releasing. But as soon as I came out of that, and started first smoothie and then juices, it's been super quiet.
Yeah.
I haven't had any pains.
Yeah. So what we've noticed during these weeks is that you've started to learn your own body's process, and what the part that the stomach pain is playing in the big picture.
Yeah.
And that you can see how the body is processing, and that your go-to thing is to store it in the stomach. But so the body still tries to do that, but you don't allow it, so to speak. You go there and you look and you feel, and you do all of these practices to make sure that it doesn't get stagnant there.
Exactly.
So it feels right now that it's still going through that process, but you have changed your belief system in and around it. I know you shared with me a couple of weeks ago that you said, "Oh, I understand now that when it starts to hurt, it's just things, it's the stagnant energy moving, so it's freeing me from things. So it's almost like with my I don't have it stored in my stomach. I have it like spread out over the whole body. But what I feel is this: I can almost feel when something is about to come to the surface, and it feels like for you that it's the body's way of saying we want to bring something to the surface.
Yeah, and help me keep the energy moving, keep breathing, like stay calm mentally, and
Yeah.
be
So it's
present
almost,
with that.
yeah, it's almost like a cue for you to start working to release whatever it is that needs to be released.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. And another super cool thing is that my skin is clearing up, like facial skin is clearing up immensely after 15 years of adult acne, because I got acne first when in my early 20s. And it's been, never ending story. And now it's really baby smooth skin breaking through. First, like a week of a detox, my skin like, or it was thick and like rough. But obviously, stand skin
Yeah.
pace and slowly often. Now it's really nice. Really thing after years of acne.
Yeah, it's been very cool to watch because I've seen the layers coming off. It's like for every day now, it's like it's clearing up more and more. It's very interesting to see.
Yeah,
Congratulations to that. That's
much
fantastic. Yeah.
kidney much skin,
Yeah.
and it's always for my
Okay, so it seems like we lost the connection with Celle. And see if she comes back soon. Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up. Can you check and see if you're on the right network?
I will. I am on
Just
Living
see
with the
that you have full.
Spirit 2.4G.
Is that the usual one that you're on?
Yeah, that's the only one I can see as well.
Okay. Interesting. Rainy season, anything can happen.
Yeah, I think my computer is a little bit tired. I can hear the fans working hard.
Okay. Okay, that might be it. All right. So, what about the belief systems that you have managed to break through during this detox? Is there anything that stands out?
Yeah, I feel that. Let me see what I wrote here. Especially the belief system regarding the future is still an ongoing process. How to download and install this new program, but it's the fact that the mind is creating the future based on the past. That's like a massive limitation if I allow myself to create my future through my mind. And it's also like a very much a coping mechanism. Like it's like my safe place going into the future, and so that has been a really, really big one. And with that comes also like the fear of if I release, because it has to do with attachment. I'm attached to certain outcomes, the way my future, how I want it to be, and releasing attachment to dreams, to goals, to desires. It's been it was a big like grieving process, letting go of all of that. But I also know that letting go of my like little like my box, the little box that I have put my future in, will allow a lot of other energies and forces a lot more space to create the future together with me. And there's also been the belief system that I cannot feel my emotions are completely, that program has been downloaded and installed clearly. And there's a couple of other things that has been coming up as well. And it has to do also with performance, that I have to perform to be worthy of love.
Yeah.
And still working on that one, because it also has to do a lot with self-love and the image I have on myself. And I think that's a very much a long-term work in progress.
Yeah. I mean, the receiving and the allowing and the self-love, I mean, it's a big one. So it takes a little bit of time. So what we have been focusing on is the gut. So all of this will come, and we will also continue to work after you leave here. And so there's a long-term process of the different things, but it's so cool to see, because your body is like traveling in light speed, just releasing and processing, and just, it's like, it's just throwing things out of your body.
Yeah.
It's very impressive to watch how how much the body wants to heal.
Yeah, I really feel the divine timing of it all. It's like my body is super happy to hear and do, and finally, it's really moving quite faster than anything I've experienced before.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, that's how I felt too when I started. I was like, wow, this is light speed. I mean, people say like there is no quick fix, but it feels like a quick fix, when you start to experience everything, and you start to understand, okay, I have many things to work through, and the body just goes like,
yeah, ready, let's go.
So it's like, it can't go any faster. It just doesn't work that way. When you feel what is leaving your body, when you see how the body is aligning, you understand, like, the body can't do this any faster. It's just not possible. So it's like it's going as fast as it can. That's how it feels like for me.
Yeah, cool to hear that. Thank you for mirroring that, because I have nothing to compare to, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we have to work with the body, so the body decides the speed, and some people it goes a bit slower, and some people it goes a bit faster. It depends, because it's so much also connected to the nervous system, and how safe we feel, and how it's like, how fed up are we of ourselves. That's how I was like, I'm not doing this for a second.
I was pretty fed up too.
Yes, I'm like, I'm so ready. And that's usually the people that we work with. And when people are really ready to change, and they just surrender to the process, they just take off. It just goes so fast. It's very impressive to see.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned a little bit about a spiritual aspect of the detox. Is that anything you would like to share about?
Yeah. I mean, I can feel that I'm tapping into more and more in the energetical work of it all, meaning that the healing I do for myself is in resonance with, let's say, Mother Earth. What does she want to achieve? She wants to be in balance. She wants to heal, and that's exactly the same thing I want. So when I tap into like Mother Earth's energy and seeing that reflected into my own journey, that becomes very spiritual and very profound for myself as well. And and I also know that, the work that I'm doing here, that positive impact it has for me, it will also heal all my relationships, with my family, friends, ex-boyfriends. It can really help other people, and that is beautiful to have that, that support on the way, and motivation as well, because I have a lot of hope to be helping people in my close family to find their way back to health. But you can't push or rush anyone. But knowing that, if just for a simple fact that if I calm my nervous system down and it becomes balanced, that will radiate out to everybody I meet, and that
Yeah.
will be an healing energy that I can spread. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that part is massive. I mean, when we talk about here at Living with the Spirit, what we want to achieve, it's like we want to help to heal and teach conscious leaders in the world who wants to join us to build like the new world, and to build a new place where you navigate from. It's like a new way of being. And when you heal yourself, that's why we call it leaders and teachers, because once you heal yourself, you will have that effect on the people around you, no matter if you are a teacher or a healer yourself. Because when you heal yourself, you will have a positive impact on anything, as you said, anything that anyone that you meet, or anyone that you have interaction with, and especially the close friends and family, because our closest community, because what we come from is a place of non-judgment, and we don't try to force anything on anyone else. It's like, just because I have healed, you don't have to do the same. But just my, as you said, a grounded nervous system is extremely healing for another person. So it gives ripples effects, no matter what you choose to do moving forward. So it's really a reinvestment too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Maybe we add some inspiration and courage, a little bit of brave heart emotions, feelings into anyone who is looking to do a deeper detox, but they feel like, this doesn't sound nice. What would you say?
It's definitely worth it. It's a huge investment for the future,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's the biggest gift I can give myself and everybody around me. Yeah.
Yeah. I always talk about like the short term challenges, or the short term like mess you need to clean up, like take accountability for whatever happened in the past. And it's like a short term thing for a long term freedom and long term vitality and creativity. And I mean, yeah, it's a big deal to clean out the system, but
Yeah.
it's very, very worth it. So thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I just want to come back to the fact that you don't have any stomach pain. That's just like in 4 weeks. And I mean, really, 5 weeks now, but last week it was 4 weeks, and they were mostly gone at that
Yeah.
time too. So that's incredible, absolutely incredible. So for you, it's also to stop and celebrate that for a while. Like you did that for yourself, that you did the work. I mean, of course, we know how to do it and how to set it up, but there's something we have to do by ourselves, and you did that. And yeah, that's it's extremely encouraging and powerful to watch. So thank you for being here and sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And yeah, anyone who is interested in doing the gut work, resetting the gut, just like Celle has done. We will put together everything that we know about healing the gut in a 4-week online program that starts September 4, that we will share everything, how we do, how we work, what tools we use, everything, and that you can create your own program at home using everything that we teach you. And you will be able to create, everyone has their own setup, like there's so much information and the different protocols, but everyone can set up their own way of doing it, and their own lengths and everything, and we will share everything we know about it. So that will be super fun to put together. And yeah, it starts September 4. So if you are interested in that, just reach out and we will send you the information once we start to launch. We will start to launch pretty soon. We will also host a free masterclass about the topic on August 14. So stay tuned for more information about that. So then we will share a little bit about our philosophy and how everything is tied together. And yeah, if you've been struggling with a lot of stomach pains, like a gut health, most people run around with these things for years.
Yeah.
And you've tried everything, and just like Celle has done, maybe this program is for you, and you can check out the masterclass to see if this feels interesting. We will also share more about the gut health program at the end of that masterclass. So if that feels something for you, please reach out and we will provide all the information for you. And just DM me if you have any kind of questions. And if you watch this, this will be available in the ether even beyond September. So then you can just reach out or check out our website, livingwiththespirit.com, because there will be a self-paced program. We will put everything together and offer the self-paced program even after that. So yeah, that's it for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll see you soon for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.